Okay, this is going to be a shuffle rhythm in the key of A. Shuffle is a rhythm that is used in blues, rock and roll, stuff like that. Zydeco uses shuffles too. So I'm gonna do an A, a D, and an E, 3 chords. Now I'm not going to play the chords the same way the way that you're used to thinking of A, D, and E. Okay, because what we're going to use is we're going to use what they call power chords. Power chords are small chunks of a chord that usually only have the root and the 5 in them. In other words, let's say for an A chord, instead of A, C sharp, E, it would just have A and E. So, like those, that's an A, E, A. That's a power chord, okay? I'm not including the C sharp, okay? I'm just doing A, E, and A, Z's, and A, and another A. Now, part of the shuffle thing is you get that, you put that extra note in there like that. Now you see that the rhythm is kind of a dun 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 dun. It's not straight. Dun, 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 dun. If it was straight, it'd be straight 8th notes. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And a shuffle is 1. Now, if you really want to get technical about it, a shuffle is actually a dotted 8th note and then another 8th note. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. It's really a triplet rhythm. Okay, that's the actual rhythm of it, but we're not going to get technical. We're just going to refer to that rhythm as a shuffle. Da 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 da. Okay, that's what it sounds like. There's 4 beats in the measure. There's going to be 4 of those little figures. Da da. That's one figure, and the second beat is da da da, like that. Okay. So on the A chord, you're going to, instead of playing A with your fingers like this, you're going to do, since you're only playing A, E, and A, you can just take your first finger and just lay it down on a bar across the 2nd fret on the 4th, 3, 2, and 1 strings. Now, you're not going to play the 2 and the 1. You're just holding them down and muting them. All you're going to play with your pick is the root, which is the 5th string, the 4th, and the 3rd. And it doesn't even really matter if you don't really hit this other A on the 3rd string. You can kind of, you don't really need to hit that. If you hit it once in a while, you get that kind of thing. All right. Now I'm going kind of fast, so I'll slow it down here. That's what it sounds like slow. Now you notice something else in here. To make a shuffle rhythm really pop, you got to kind of leave some space in between the figures. Da, 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 da. Okay. You leave the space in between the figures by doing what they call muting. Okay. So you play the figure, then you lay your right hand right here, this part of your hand, which is your palm. Lay your palm down on the strings to kill them immediately. Like that, okay? That's pretty crucial. If you just go like this, let the chords ring, that doesn't sound quite as good. It sounds more rhythmic if you cut off the notes by using palm muting. So, when you're going full on with a blues shuffle, it's crazy with it. But it's the rhythmic element of it that's really appealing. The muting separates the figures and gives it more of a rhythmic propulsion. So, I did some variations on the whole pattern thing that time, but we're just going to concentrate on the basics. So you have the A chord, right? You're going to take your third finger, and you're going to go 2 frets north of where the bar is. So you'll be on the 4th fret on the 4th string, and you're going to get that note. Okay. Now, eventually we're going to add that note in there. Now, you know, if you've ever heard any boogie woogie piano or anything like that, that's a typical pattern for boogie woogie piano, which is the root of all this stuff. So the pattern really involves your little finger too. So it's oops, walk it up. Now, the A is the first chord. That's the tone. That's the root chord, the 1 in the key of A. The 4, it's a 1-4-5 pattern. So the 4 chord in the key of A is D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Now we're not going to play the D chord like a D chord. We're going to use power chords. So it's pretty hard to play a. Now you can do a power chord down here by just using your first finger and your second finger to get that, which is this kind of the D equivalent of the A. And then you play exactly the same thing you did on the 5th string and 4th string on the 4 and 3. And that works really good. That's one really good way to do it. You can also go like this. You can just slide your fingers up from the A up to the 5th fret. First finger on the 5th fret. And you keep this bar across, making sure that you push down the D, which is on the 5th fret, 5th string. Keep your second finger the same distance apart, 2 frets on the 4th string. Now if you play 3 strings here, you're going to get this D7. So just to avoid that, only play 2 strings here. Like that. Now up here on this D chord on the 5th fret, if you want to really extend yourself, you can still get that note, but you don't have to. Really only on the first, the 1 chord is that important. You're getting to the 5 chord now. The 5 chord in the key of A is the chord E, right? Now, again, you could slide all the way up to the 7th fret and play your E up here in the same manner as you play the D, or you can kind of drop backwards and play it underneath, which is going to be the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. Just a little blues turnaround. So I'm gonna wrap up this first go around with a shuffle, playing a very simple 12-bar blues. Okay, shuffle. So starts out on the 1, 4 chord. Back to 1 again. Again on the 1. 4. 4 again. 1 again. 5, 4, 1. Now that's the 12th bar. 13 is actually 1 again. So you just turn it right around. There is no 13 in blues. Unless you're playing, one of those guys like Lightning Hopkins who doesn't count. He just plays whatever he feels like playing, or he did when he was alive. So it's 12 bars, 12 measures, and then you're going right back to the beginning, start over again. Okay. So we'll do it one more time slow. Walk up. Five now. Four again. Walk up. Over again. When you get crazy, right?
So is there any trick here? I mean, as far as positioning goes.
Now, basically, you're doing all down strokes.
Right.
Down, 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 down. There's no upstrokes in this particular exercise, and you keep your hand in position so that you do the palm muting when you need to. So you're going to kind of work very close to the strings and just kind of stiff wrist on this one. Down, just straight down, but you know. I'm kind of going down and pulling, like, kind of just plucking like that. Down and up. Real control.